My name is Danny White. I've been attending Calais for 10 years, 43 years old, and this is my story. I was married for 16 years to my high school sweetheart. We ended up having 3 biological daughters and 1 son that we adopted through foster care. About 5 years ago, my marriage took a turn for something I wasn't expecting. So after she said she wanted a divorce, there was all the questions about us going to the same church. What am I going to do? Am I still going to go? And I realized I was going to have to stay here. And I knew showing up without her, people were going to start questioning, but I knew I had to press into people and rely on the family I built here. Otherwise, I would have probably gone down a road I didn't want to go down. Being high school sweethearts, I never had the opportunity to go out and do things, but I knew if I did that, that's not where I wanted to be. So I stayed here, pressed into people, and still just kept plugging in the church and volunteering and just leaned on people here. Something that really helped me was my C group. The men in there, Scotty Gray, Chris Matthews, coming up behind me, doing life with me, there to talk and just wanting to know how I was doing, whether it was taking me out to talk about life, whether it was making sure I'm making the right decisions, or even holding me accountable being a single male. So that they played a huge role in where I am right now. One of the other things that helped me stay on the up and up and follow God's plan was joining Disciple Christian Motorcycle Club. We had our weekly mornings, our Saturday studies that we did, and these guys just all about accountability and just making sure I was staying true to God and finding that godly woman that I told them I wanted. So about 3 years ago, someone showed up at C Group and her and I hit it off really well. But me just coming out of a relationship, going through my divorce, and her coming out of a relationship, it wasn't the right time. And we were both kind of searching and waiting for God's timing with whatever relationship we were going to have. She showed up about a year ago to C Group, and this is where my news story starts.
Hi, I'm Dana Renee White. I'm 45. I am from Ventura County, but I lived 10 years in DC and I moved back just in June, and I have been going to Catalyst ever since. My cousin Danielle, a year ago, last summer, she kept saying to me, I really want you to meet this guy. And you met him before, I want you to meet him again. And his is his name, and I know you've met him. And I go on Facebook, and his Facebook was on lockdown pretty much. And so I kept trying to see if I could see him and see something, glean something from his personality. And I do remember meeting him, and I thought he was very nice, but the timing wasn't right then. But October 2018, I came out to visit, and I went to C Group. Danielle made it happen. She said, come on over, be a part of this group for the evening. And yeah, it was pretty amazing. I liked him right away.
Yeah, so from there we stayed in touch. I went out to visit her, and I knew at that moment when I looked at her that I was going to marry her. And I always thought people that said that were off their rocker, but I looked at her and I knew that I was going to marry her. And with her being long distance, to keep God centered, we did a couples Bible study together, and every week we'd get together, actually every couple days. Mm-hmm. We'd talk about what we read, we'd pray for each other, and just looking forward to her coming out here and going to church and just starting life out here
together. Yeah. And the long distance part was hard, so we would do Skype, and we would send each other messages during the day, and we always had the point of like Thursdays and Sundays, and we would get a Bible out and start talking about things, planning things together as a Christian couple. And so when I got here in June, boy, we had a lot to do.
We did.
Yeah, and it's been great.
So we both had the firm belief that we don't live together outside of marriage. I want to show my kids what a godly relationship is, and that you don't move in with somebody. You get married and then you live together. And plus just having that excitement of just going through all that, and then the excitement of getting married and then moving in together. And that's kind of the plan we took.
Yeah. We both agreed that with 3 daughters in their teenage years, the example that we were giving them was something that they'll take with them through all kinds of different decisions in their lives, seeing a really positive, God-driven relationship, not living together as a way to, solve a problem, like, oh, let's just live together. And then maybe it worked, maybe it won't work. Like, we both are in the same path in what we want for each other, what we want for the kids. And a lot of that was because we both are have this feeling of wanting Christ in the center of it versus having it partly in our lives. We want it full time in our lives.
So we set our wedding date almost a year to the date of when she showed up at C Group, and we connected together.
Yeah, that's when we decided that we want to celebrate with everybody, and we want to have all the people that supported us separately in our lives, and that also support us in our relationship that we have now. And so yeah, we're looking forward to that with our new Catalyst family.